What's up guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Julian. Today we're going to talk about a really special coffee that I drink all the time. Gives me energy, gives me stamina and focus like I always talk about. The coffee I'm talking about is called Bulletproof Coffee, and I'm going to show you how I make it and explain why you should be drinking this coffee, because it's very ketogenic, it's high energy, and it's got a lot of good fat in it. Let's get into it. So what is Bulletproof Coffee? Bulletproof Coffee is basically just a meal replacement. I don't eat breakfast and I don't eat lunch, and this suffices throughout the day for a meal replacement. The amount of fat I put in it and the goodies that I have in it make me full, and they give me a lot of energy all day. And I find that with all the fat in the coffee, you don't get that jittery caffeine crash. You don't get that shakiness, that overly caffeinated feeling a lot of people talk about. So let's talk about some of the ingredients that go into the coffee. First, I use a good grass-fed butter. Butter is basically a really heavy whipping cream. If you think about it, when you whip cream, you turn it into butter. And this is another healthy fat. The more fat you put in your coffee, the more satiating it is and the more filling it is. Second, I put MCT oil. It's the brand I use, called Nativia. It's great product. MCT oil is one of the 4 fats that they refine out of coconut oil. And when you take this, it immediately puts your body into a state of ketosis, or pretty quickly. And this is another healthy fat. It's odorless, it's tasteless. You just put a couple of tablespoons into your coffee, and it blends in nicely with the butter. It's great. And I also put a product called Light Balance in the coffee. So this is a sodium, magnesium, and potassium mix. When you're doing keto, especially when you start keto, one of the big mistakes people make is they don't electrolyte properly. The problem with not electrolyting properly is you start feeling sick, you start feeling tired. People say it's like flu-like symptoms. You just have no energy to do anything. And this is the problem, because your body dumps all of this stuff. This is a concentrated mix. And when you first start keto, you really want to double down on this stuff and get as much as this as possible. So this goes into the coffee also. Then I add some cocoa powder into my coffee. Cocoa powder, this is organic, unsweetened cocoa powder. This is another healthy fat that you can put in your coffee. I like the flavor. It adds a little bit of a slight cocoa-y flavor to my coffee. You don't have to put this in, but putting this in is great. Plus, I also add a vitamin D3 K2 drops. Now, if you're deficient in this, you can add this more depending what time of the year it is, but you can squeeze any other vitamins and nutrients into this coffee too if you so wish, if you're taking stuff on a regular basis. It's a great way to get vitamins in the coffee. I use Starbucks Verona Roast. That's the coffee I'm using for this video, but I drink this stuff all the time. It's my favorite coffee. But you can use any coffee you want to. You can use instant coffee, pour over coffee, French press. However you make coffee, you can put this in there. And however strong you want your coffee or brand of coffee is all up to you. I have an automatic espresso machine which I use to dial in the right flavor. I like to add a couple of shots of espresso to my coffee, so I'm essentially making a red ice, so there's a lot of flavor there and a lot of caffeine. But like I said, the fat that you put in the coffee really mitigates that jittery caffeine, those vibes that you get from being overly caffeinated. So this is how I whip this coffee up. First I start with some grass-fed butter. Just put that in like so. Then I do the electrolyte, which is Light Balance. I do about a cap full of this. And I have this coffee twice a day, in the early morning and in the late morning. Then I put in the MCT oil, about 2 tablespoons. I just kind of eyeball it, you know, don't overthink it. And then a little bit of cocoa powder. Not too much. I don't want a gritty flavor to my coffee. And then the vitamin DK drops. Put a little dash in there. And then we're going to put coffee in there. Once we add the coffee to this, we're going to pulse it and blend it in my Magic Bullet. So I just stick it under my machine here. I like a lot of flavor, so I'll maximize the flavor times 2. Let's do it. And then let's put it in the Magic Bullet and pulse it all together. And there you have it, guys. Rich, creamy, satisfying, bulletproof coffee. The more you froth it, the more you keep it in the blender, the more frothy it becomes. So if you like it less or more, that depends on you. So there it is, guys, bulletproof coffee. Like I said, I drink one of these in the morning and one mid-morning, and it keeps me full and satiated all day, and it's amazing. Love it. I actually crave this stuff. My body craves this stuff. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. Until next time, we'll see you then. Cheers.